This is logical, MGTOW logical psychological talk. As you could tell, I'm wearing my Starfleet uniform and the MGTOW hat. I am about to put two videos that I did by my phone, with my phone essentially, on the bottom description. If it's there, if they should be already there by the time this video is done. I did essentially a test. And then by the way, that music is only going to be on this one. Yeah, I gotta find one for this one anyway. Anyway, I did a test on one. Basically, I didn't do the video on the way on my the beginning part of my outing. I did it on the after while I was still on my outing, but after I got some lunch and everything else. Um, and on the way when I was heading back over to where I'm at right now. Um, and as I said on the video on the videos made by my phone, I of course day one is going to be on the aspect of day one completed, but I'm going to keep doing the test and document the test even after its completion. Um, if I don't do the completion one like I did on my phone, I will mention it on this particular platform right here, the way I'm doing it now. And yet I can tell you honestly that the feminist female out there had no interest in wanting to get to know me, wanting to know who I was and what I was about. That's all good. That's all well and good. Um, Basically, as you would hear on part 5 of Logical MGTOW Logical Psychological Talk, um, what I posted on my Instagram account via the phone app. Um, Basically, no woman wants to be with a person such as myself, one who has knowledge of psychology, psychiatry, the male-female psyche, various other things, right? Especially when it comes to medical things, whatnot, as well. And if Christy Omniscient or Emily Emerson or any other feminist female is watching this, you may not believe it, but but I'm being honest. The basic fact is I do have that type of intelligence and knowledge, besides with the base of business as well as several other things, especially. The other aspect of it is that I do know, and I can tell that even in one of the videos, or both of the videos that I will have posted on the description below this video, I, or I should say the video screen really, I even say that the MGTOW paraphernalia, be that the shirts as well as the hats, are like a repellent to the feminist female. Because every time I wore this hat, even without the shirt, even with the shirt, with the same symbol, not one, not one has wanted to try to get her way the way the feminists want women to do to try to do to us men. Not one. I'm okay with that. It just proves the MGTOW philosophy and MGTOW manosphere is working, and it's fucking strong as fuck. You know? Basically, they're put in their the way they dress, the way they present themselves. Even before I became MGTOW, it didn't really do that. It didn't really give me any reaction. But of course, at the same time, it doesn't mean I'm gay. Doesn't mean nothing like that. I'm 100% straight. Um, and I will always be straight. But the basic fact is that when I started wearing the hat, and which I know a number of my videos has a front cover of me wearing the hat and the shirt, right? When I started wearing the two things, even then, which basically many, and if you were to hear what I posted on the Instagram app and my Instagram account via my phone on part 5, you will hear everything I said on that thing, and it stands true. I'm okay being single. I don't. No woman has shown any interest in me. That's okay with me. I the aspect of it is that the MGTOW philosophy and the manosphere is showing it's stronger than the feminist movement, even by wearing this hat as well as the shirt or just the hat alone. um, Basically, it's. I mean, I've never had any doubt on. I've never doubted the MGTOW philosophy. I've never doubted the MGTOW manosphere. Uh, and thereby, every time I wore this hat, even with a shirt, but of course, I know Christy O'Misty and Emily Emerson may think it's a ploy, a hoax when it's not, because on one of the videos that I will have posted on below this video, on the description, will show that there was no interaction with one female. Not one female wanted to get to know me and see what I was doing on my phone. Nothing to the aspect of getting to know me. Nothing like that. Repellent to the feminist female. This hat. Even when I went over to pay my bill today on the light rail. Uh, Not one. Even when I did a humanitarian aspect of offering the seat to where I would stand up in the light rail while a female bicyclist was, I offered her to sit down, right? And she's like, no, 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 I'm all right, right? She didn't expect that, obviously. But also with the fact that she thought I was gonna she probably thought I was gonna do something else, even with the saddle. We're not MGTOW members are not sex crazed maniacs. Yes, we may pump and dump, but we're not gonna be weak in the knees for the cooch, the the camel toe in between the woman's legs. The basic fact is that I I did it. I've been doing a test even without documenting it on video Every time I wear this, like I said, it shows clearly as what I read on my Instagram account via part 5 of Logical MGTOW Logical Psychological Talk. Part 5 anyway, right? It reads as follows. Every time. Even when I'm not wearing this hat, I could be wearing an Oakland Athletics hat. I could be wearing a 49er hat. Same difference. Even if I'm wearing a 49er hat and, say, the MGTOW shirt, or even a skeleton shirt, the same fucking difference. The basic fact is that I know it's not me. If if I were to give a woman a chance, she'd probably take it. She'd more than likely take it. But due to this hat, no takers. Due to the shirt, no takers. That's okay with me. I'm not saying a woman won't try to jump at the chance. Even Christy Misty might if she was single. Even Emily Emerson might if she was single. Just to prove the feminist female is stronger and better than the MGTOW male. And when I say MGTOW male, and not only including me, I'm talking about everybody, every other MGTOW member out there. One that doesn't ask for money to subscribe to help them with their channel. The true MGTOW members would not do that, of asking for money like that. So in the other video, I start walking in completion of day 1, which again, that video will be on the bottom as well. The link to the video will be on the bottom as well. I the the one thing is, I'm gonna be telling you feminist women out there, you don't have the upper hand. It's been proven every time, even when I don't do a video with my phone. Even when I don't do a video with my phone like I did today. In which you will see on the bottom in the description on one of those 2 links. Or both of those links. 1, you'll see me walking. 2, you'll see me walking back to where my destination was or is, and talking to every MGTOW member out there via my phone video camera. So, Logical MGTOW Spock right here says, you feminist women are weaker than you claim to be. You feminist women out there, even in the state of California, even in the cities of California, within California, are weak. Even in the other states, you guys are weak. Even in the other states and cities and counties, you feminist women are weak. Because basically, you feminist women fear MGTOW. You fear the philosophy. You fear the aspect of you think that there's no chance that the male wearing this hat and the shirt, or just the hat itself, would give in to your feminist bullshit. There may be some that would, just as a test, maybe. Or there could be also some that would because they don't fully understand or are fully aware of the true aspect of the MGTOW philosophy and what it is to be a true MGTOW. I, as well as Mr. Hate Vicious, as well as Mike the MGTOW Man, as well as James Von Maxwell, as well as several others that don't ask for money to help them support their channel, know the true MGTOW philosophy and the true ways of being a true MGTOW. I, being being logical MGTOW Spock, know it in the most logical, psychological levels that nobody else would be able to master. I'm not saying everybody doesn't have their own understanding of it. That's fine. I accept that. I would support that. Even as a humanitarian advocate, as I do, I do advocating for, aside from MGTOW. The basic fact is, you feminist females are even afraid to talk with me online. Christy Misty, you're afraid of talking with me online. Emily Emerson, you're afraid of talking with me online. Obviously. You think you know MGTOW, you think you know men, you think you know the manosphere and the what you call the men's rights groups. You don't know shit, Christy Misty and Emily Emerson. None of you female feminist bitches know the true aspect of the male gender and the true positive aspect of the male gender and the true logical aspect of the male gender. You just want to criticize because it makes you feel better as a woman because you were done wrong in your past by men. You don't like the fucking fact that us men have gone our own way, away from the plantation, away from where you fucking feminists can't get at our resources, financial and otherwise. While daddy government white knights for your sorry feminist asses. As I said in the my night video of MGTOW, logical MGTOW, I'm not gonna leave the MGTOW manosphere, and I'm not gonna leave the philosophy of MGTOW. I'm not gonna leave MGTOW in general, and I'm not going back to the plantation. No matter what you feminist women try to do or try to convince me of, it ain't gonna work. There's many things that I've said on part 1 through 5 of logical MGTOW, logical psychological talk. Now, the only thing is to see, kind of give it another test, um, and and aim it right towards the feminist bitches. And so far, they haven't taken the bait. Even every time I'm out there, not when I'm not wearing this hat, and when I am wearing this hat, and when I'm wearing that hat, when I'm wearing the hat but not the shirt, and when I am wearing the hat and the shirt, not this shirt, and not this uniform, but the MGTOW with the same symbol. even when I'm not wearing the hat or the shirt. It stands to reason. What I said on the Instagram app is more than factual. But the one thing is, if a woman were to try to get me to pay her way, I've explained that. This is not the 1950s. We men are not obligated any longer. Not even since the 1980s, 70s, 60s, and 90s and millennium. We're not obligated to pay your way to come to us when basically really you just want to have a free handout. Those idiots on the other sites want a free handout. They'll say, "I need money. Would you buy me the iTunes card? I need more memory for my phone. Or would you send me money so I can come to see you?" That's a whole fucking scam. It's a ploy. On top of that, it's also illegal. If the woman really wants to come and see us men, they know that the ERA made it enough to where they were able to make sure my nose isn't bleeding here. Anyway, the ERA made it to where enough to where the feminist female was able to work and make their own income, live independently as well, away from mommy and daddy. So therefore, the feminist female can fucking save up enough to go at any distance to a man that they even meet online if they truly want to be with him, with no other aspects or expectations in the beginning. That is how it's going to be with me, and that is how it's going to be with many other MGTOW members. The other aspect of it is that the feminist female does not have a clear head, especially when it comes to relationships, or even while they are in relationships. And as even I have said, and Mr. Vicious has said, they will never be happy because they don't know how to be. Because, like I said, inadequacies, indecisiveness, they keep on putting question after question after question instead of solving one before they go to the next and then the next and the next before they overwhelm themselves with shit in general to where it can drag them down emotionally and psychologically, and they know this, or they should realize this, and why they become unhappy in relationships and marriage with their too high of expectations, as if they want a fairy tale aspect versus what really is expected in reality, and the way reality plays it out, the real world plays it out essentially. Women cannot have their cake and eat it too. They cannot go to the points of saying that's the type of man I want when they watch Cinderella or the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs or any other thing, or even when they read those damn romance novels, because those things are just depictions falsehoods, fairy tales, you know, written written things like poetry. They're not. They don't consist with reality. Women can try to connect them with reality, but they're not going to be happy because it won't play out as such, and it hasn't thus far, and it will never. Even the feminists and the Me Too movement should know this. Thereby, with them knowing this, then they wouldn't have much of a reason to be known as a Me Too or a feminist movement in today's day and age, especially. And that's the truth. Thereby, women would possibly gradually have it a little easier to get a man, maybe, but they still wouldn't be happy because, like I said, they overwhelm themselves with questions, even while in relationships with men, and a number of the questions have to do with, I wonder if I'm with the right person, or if he's really the right one for me, or this and that. I wonder what he's doing. I wonder what he's thinking. All sorts of shit. And why isn't he paying attention to me? Why isn't he talking to me after he gets off work? Why isn't he calling me after he gets off work? Why isn't he calling me before he goes to bed? Any number of the other aspects, even that remotely connect with that. Logical MGTOW Spock knows this. Christy O'Misty and Emily Emerson should know this. Because they are, after all, females themselves, aren't they? But yet, if a woman were to come up to me and know that I have the knowledge that I have, but expect me to be dumbed down to never use the type of knowledge that I have, especially when it comes to the male female psyche, mainly the female psyche. Guess what? I'd say you're not worth my time, and you just want your way, the way you want. You can't, therefore you can't accept me for who and how I am, even though you may claim that you do and would. The basic fact is it's the actuality. With that, also, it could be also stated that women cannot accept them for who and how they are. So how the fuck are they able to accept us men for who and how we are, logically and realistically and respectfully? No matter how much they may claim that they will or can, but they need to know how to respect themselves, even though they may claim that they do, but they don't. And they know it, they feel it within themselves without even saying shit. They may try to put on a face that's not really the way they feel, even from within. Try to mask it, as it were. Many people do that. Even us men do the same shit. But we do it for different reasons. We don't do it to persuade shit when it comes to relationships or what have you, or anything else for that matter. But anything that we do use that type of technique is a totally opposite reasons, totally opposite situations, and what have you. Although I know there are men that have used it in the sense of wanting to get into a relationship with a woman, but the basic fact is that's very rare. As hell, that's practically unheard of. And you're probably wondering, how the fuck do I know all the stuff that I've mentioned on 1 through 5? And now this is part 6. right? How long do you think I've been on this planet? I've been on this planet long enough to know that even in my teens, my late teens, and my early to mid and late 20s and 30s, and even beyond my 30s, did I take any course in college or high school in this aspect? No, I didn't even go to college. There's a way where you can go to high school, graduate, and learn as you go beyond that. Learn as you live. You know, the aspect of experiencing new things of knowledge and know-how and what have you else too, right? There's ways to do that. Many people could do it. But as a humanitarian advocate, I believe that education is very important. But education can also be out there with it, as long as you don't do anything that harms anybody and that doesn't harm you and doesn't put you in a bad illegal aspect. And that doesn't put you in a bad sinful actions or aspects either. The basic fact is, I'm being honest, you're MGTOW brothers. I am don't being totally fucking honest. Now, if Christy O'Misty and Emily Emerson were to talk with me and ask me any number of questions, I don't care how many questions that there are, because I have the time. I seriously have the time. Because what I do for work, I make the time. I can make my own schedule of what I do for work in the sense of advocating. I can easily make the time without question. So Christy O'Missy and Emily Emerson and any other feminist bitch out there, even Spencer bitch, can fucking ask me any number of questions on video chat if they want, or even on Messenger video chat, or even on Google Hangout. But the basic fact is, I am going to make this very clear. No feminist fucking female would be able to persuade me to go back to the plantation. No fucking feminist female is not going to persuade me to to even cohabitate with a female if I don't choose to. Just so the feminist female can take everything that I have financially as well as itemizations with the help of daddy government. There's no way in hell I'm going to let that happen to me, and there's no way in hell I'm allowing that to happen to anyone else I know, even the ones that I do not know. That's part of the reason why I'm mentioning why I said what I said on 1 through 5 so far, and now 6. And why we MGTOW members have said many things of what we said even on our original MGTOW video. The basic fact is also women, as I've said before, act like little children. expecting to get their way like a fucking 2-year-old. When you're an actual 2-year-old, there's an exception. But when you're an adult and you act like a 2-year-old, there's no exception. There's no reason for it. Even spiritually, there's no reason for it. If you're an adult and you act like a fucking 2-year-old, expecting to get what you want, be that, of course, mostly that particular reaction and attitude happens by the feminist female more often than you even the new MGTOW members or future MGTOW members may even realize. You may wonder, how could this be? Watch 1 through 5 and you'll hear what I say. You'll hear what I fucking said about when it comes to the points of when they grow into even the aspect of womanhood. In their beginning stages of womanhood. I may not say a whole hell of a lot about it, but believe me, it's enough to hopefully understand. Is there more to it? Yes, but I'm spacing it out a bit. The one thing is also is that nobody's asked me what else is it about the feminist female that why they're acting the way they've been acting. I can tell you straight out with no hesitation. And with the test that you will see in the bottom, or if you haven't already seen it or watched it, you'll wonder, what would I do if I did run into a woman that wanted to get to know me and want to know what I'm doing and why I'm making the video on my phone, and wanted to go to the point, wanted me to go over to the points of cohabitating with her and uh, and going to the points to where she gets what she wants from me, even in the points of marriage. I can tell you straight out, I know exactly what cards to play on that. So much, in so much, in such a way that it would be a failed mission for the feminist female. Of course, I know she'd try it with another guy, then another guy, then another guy. But if she succeeded somewhere with one guy, then she'd essentially try it with another guy, even while in a possible relationship with the first one that took the bait from her. The basic fact is that I'm too intelligent for the feminist female, and I got to thank Heavenly Father for that. In our Savior's name. As I said, even before I wore this hat today, and as I said before I even put my uniform on, in the sense of logical MGTOW spot, I've always been a spiritual person in my own right, of course, to start with, before I even became part of a church. Basic fact is also the feminist females don't know. what they've done to where it caused many men, besides myself, and besides Mr. Hate Vicious, and besides Mike the MGTOW Man, and so, billions of others practically, even beyond billions, I'm sure, have gone their own way. Away from the feminist female and their bullshit and their sinful bullshit and lies and deceptive actions and words and their illogical crap on top of that. You can call me a chauvinist pig. You can call me a chauvinist in general. You can call me a one that doesn't believe in that women have rights to better themselves. Yes, they do have rights to better themselves, but not when it comes to taking the guy for everything he has and that he is worth, even in the eyes of the court system, daddy government, and society itself. Heavenly Father gave you women a brain to be more logical than that. Obviously, you don't know how to use it correctly, and I'm not judging. I'm just stating the way you've been presenting yourselves, feminist females. Even the way you've been acting when of what has caused many of us men to go our own way, not deal with a feminist female ever again. Build up our own finances and resources back up to where they were and maybe beyond that, if at all possible, which it is more than possible. The one thing of it is even when I was married, though, I kept on building my resources, my itemization aspects, even while married, even when I wasn't married, even after the divorce. And on both accounts, I must be the exception of the rule here, obviously, possibly, but not one thing was taken away from me, not even in the aspect of money or items from any woman that I've been involved with or even associated with, even in this aspect of relationships or even marriage. And yet I've only been married one time so far. I've been in a number of relationships from high school through when I was working for Target and other other places. So I guess in some respect I could be the exception to the rule. Who's to say? I'm not saying I'm a better person by that aspect. I'm not saying that. I'm not going to say I know the cards to play even on that aspect to where I'm able to keep my items as it were and my money. I just the basic fact is that it just played out that way, and then I thank Heavenly Father for that in our Savior's name again. And I do pray that it would happen the same way it happened for me for other men out there, to where the feminist female doesn't benefit in any aspect financially or itemized aspects when it comes to taking things from us men. Yeah, I know women, the feminist female might say wishful thinking, but guess what? If my items were not depleted and my money was not depleted, even after marriage, and even while in relationships, before marriage, right? Who's to say that it can't happen and it won't happen for um, other males? You feminist females can't say that it won't. You may think that you can, but you can't. Because you'd be lying to yourself. And thereby, once you hear more and more people that, more and more men that have had it the same luck of the draw, as it were, as I have on that aspect, you'd be disappointed and even more disappointed. Guaranteed. I have made a decision in regards to taking a hiatus or break from MGTOW or not. And I'm not going to. Even if I do not make any videos for a certain length of time, doesn't mean I'm taking a break or a hiatus, although I can. It just means I don't have anything to bring out there yet, or even to talk about, or a particular topic, on a particular topic. The basic fact is also, um, the feminist female thinks that they're winning. And if the feminist female thinks that they're winning the fight, or the gender war, as it were, but they're not. When I was walking up to take care of to go over to pay my bill, and even when I was done paying my bill and walking back to the light rail station to head back towards the direction I wanted to head to, on both directions, even on the light rail, not one female had any interest in me. This is a repellent to the feminist female. This very hat right here is a repellent to the feminist female. So is the shirt. Even when I walk by a particular unit in this area with the door open, and I know there's a female in there, right? And I know she sees this repellent. That shows both aspects. The feminist females are fearful of MGTOW and the MGTOW members, and also they don't even want to give the feminist try, as it were, in trying to persuade the guy into their little ploys and traps and shit like that, right? I know not even Emily Emerson, not even Christy O'Misty, no feminist even online that's been doing videos even on BitChute would be able to persuade me or any other MGTOW that's been as strong as I have, and that's been as strong as Mr. Vicious and Mike the MGTOW Man and James Von Maxwell. This is an actuality. Will there be a female that's willing to take the bait and see how far she can get with by taking the bait? You could say easily that only time will tell. You know, the one thing it is that I'm even if I don't document it on this phone as I did today, even if I only document it on this platform right here, the basic fact is that either way, the feminist female is weak. The feminist females don't want to even give the feminist try. Even if I don't call it a test, that base of even attempt is still out there. You know that when I was wearing the shirt, not this shirt, but the MGTOW shirt with the symbol, right, and this hat, one dude, and he was, and I hate that terminology, but he was an African American dude, right? He was a teen, he was like maybe in his late teens, early 20s, or something like that, right? He even said, "Go your own way," and I go, "Yep." He's all MGTOW, you know. It's obvious, even by the aspect of the feminist female. It's obvious they know about the philosophy and the MGTOW manosphere. That could be another repellent to the feminist female. And yet they claim that they're strong, stronger than us men. Not so. Because if they were, they'd even attempt to try to persuade me for their own self benefit. Every time I've gone out, even while not wearing this hat, the MGTOW hat, and even while not wearing the shirt itself as well, the MGTOW shirt with this symbol, not one has taken the bait, given it the feminist try. Every time I've gone out there, and even before I even made a video, a MGTOW video, without me mentioning it, not one. I'm telling you, this is the truth. This is not one has even attempted, even when I haven't made videos for a while. Even when I haven't made videos for a while in with this phone. This whole thing is the truth. Believe it or not, it is the truth. The one other thing is, even Christy O'Misty and Emily Emerson would not be able to persuade me, or any other MGTOW member that, for that matter. I have faith in our true MGTOW members. What are you gonna do, Christy O'Misty, you spinster feminist? What are you gonna do, Emily Emerson, you dramatic feminist bitch? Are you gonna take the bait and talk with me and try to persuade me on top of that of asking me more than maybe abundance of questions? Or are you just gonna pretend like I'm not even around? Because the MGTOW is not gonna go anywhere. The feminist movement will eventually fade. The Me Too movement will eventually fade and fall apart. MGTOW is here to stay. And Emily Emerson, and also Christy Misty, you need to quit calling the manosphere of MGTOW a syndrome when it's not, or anything else for that matter. That's even close to the aspect of a syndrome or anything else that's negative and sinful and judgmental. Because you know you'll get a roast big time from any number of us MGTOW members. So much so that you'll be humiliated off of YouTube and BitChute, if at all. I'm not saying for sure, but you will feel like you won't want to make videos for a long fucking time. But I will say this though too. It sure seems more than obvious that the that Chrissy Misty has a blue-pilled simp. Be that, of course, a purple-pilled simp. That doesn't realize that if she, once and when she's not happy, that she'll be able to take the dude for everything he has and is worth, thanks to daddy government. Thereby, he will have to recover one way or the other, and he will have to choose whether he wants to go through the same hell again, like he's currently going through with even emotionally and psychologically, even with Christy Misty, even though he may not realize it currently, but he will eventually. I'm not going to say exactly how soon, but only time will tell on that one too. Although I'd be damn surprised if she was with the same person till she was old and gray. The way women are indecisive and inadequate within themselves, emotionally and psychologically, I don't see it happening. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm okay with that. But the basic fact is, only time will tell if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I didn't put it a specified time or date or nothing like that. But time will tell. Things happen ever so gradually. Sometimes a lot slower than what we even realize at times, and even so gradual and so slow that even where we don't want to even accept it or even acknowledge it, even for ourselves. Even when it comes to getting things for ourselves. And the same thing is when it comes to the fucking feminist female. Logical MGTOW Spock knows this for a fact. Logic dictates this to be more than factual, more than realistic, more than actual, more than a for sure thing that will eventually happen. If it doesn't happen to Chrissy Misty right away, it might happen to Emily Emerson's little purple pilled simp. You can tell she's not happy by the way she talks and the way she reacted about a damn writer writing the very thing that that the writer had every fucking right to fucking write, regardless, even if Emily Emerson didn't agree with it or not. She's not fucking Batgirl defending the rights and whatnot of every fucking female, even the young females. She's not in. She's not. She doesn't have that fucking ability, nor does she have that right to do that for people, for women that, even young women that she doesn't even know. She's not a spiritual being because she's gone against the Bible in more ways than one. Even on her videos. She may not think so, but she has. And I'm not judging, I'm telling this how it is and how it really is. Whether she wants to accept it and acknowledge it or not, I don't care. Basic fact is, Emily Emerson and Christo Misty and many of the other feminists out there, even out there, wouldn't be are too fearful of us MGTOW. Even if Christo Misty or Emily Emerson knew people out where I'm at, and I'm not going to say where, you're going to have to take a wild fucking guess, Christo Misty and Emily Emerson, and try to get your female friends to Facebook other women across the fucking states to try to get at me for their own benefit. They'd lose because I'm stronger emotionally. I'm stronger than you think psychologically. I'm stronger in from within with confidence, self assurance, the whole enchilada. If it hasn't happened once, even by even at the aspect even of the first attempt, it's not going to happen. Not and I don't even necessarily have to wear the hat. I could be like this with my hair all nice and neat, and I'd be wearing just a regular shirt, not exactly this uniform right here, but you know. But even if I do wear this hat, this is a repellent to feminism. This hat and the shirt of with this symbol is a repellent. It's like a cure from feminism. Be that, of course, you've been done wrong by a feminist little bitch. This is the cure, emotionally and psychologically. I can tell you that right now. I've seen many numbers of proof every time I wear this, and every time I wear the shirt by itself, especially. Even if I wear this and the shirt with the same symbol. And I know normally whenever I do a MGTOW video, a logical MGTOW video, I don't wear the hat, right? I haven't worn the hat, right? But today I am. When I was going up to give me some lunch over at Ike's Love Sandwiches, which is in Modesto, by the way, McHenry. Also, and many other locations. A woman about my height walked right by me. Didn't say nothing to me. She saw my hat as she walked right by me. Same thing with the feminist female on the when I on the other side of the road when I was walking to get a snack and a soda. Being of course a couple four 4 packs of Reese's and a tall 1 liter or a partial 2 liter type soda bottle with 3 packs of gum in package, 2 packs of gum in one package, and one additional pack of gum by itself. Even in the store, not one feminist female took the bait while I was doing the test. Even when I was walking back to where I'm at right now, there was a feminist female walking with a few guys. She didn't take the bait, even if she had those guys in the friend zone. I'm not in the friend zone with any female, and I am going to stay out of the friend zone when it comes to females. The feminists don't like that. I know that. I don't care. The general base is simply, I'll show you another aspect here. Along with the other video that I did that will be on part 6. It is the finalization of the fact of me. That one is the completion video, just a part of it I showed you. And on here, I'll show you. It'll prove to the feminist little bitches, especially, even though I don't really have to, that I do have the particular article or text in question. Let's see, where is it? Right here. Let's see. Ah, here we are. Okay, right here. This is Instagram. That's the outfit I wear when I either go to church or to advocate meetings. And right here, I don't know how well you can see it, but all that right there is what I said on what I read on part 5. And every time it rings more than true. Here's another picture of me. That red shirt, that red flannel shirt, my mother's sister, my aunt, got that for my birthday. I look good in that, I know. I also look good in the shirt and tie, I know. Basic fact is that no woman is able to get at me. They can try all they want, but they will never, ever, ever succeed. But they can try all they want. The door is open on that aspect. So now the feminist bitches know that I'm not bullshitting about what I said on part 5 and what I read on part 5. Even if they did, it doesn't really matter to me really in the same sense, but nonetheless, I proved it. So, in all, the feminist females are weaker than they claim to be. The feminist females are fearful of MGTOW. Even those that claim not to be feminist females, but yet they are feminists, if they're going to even allow daddy government to take us men for everything we have and benefit for the female. This is 100% truth. This is 100% factual, reality, logic. And even if the feminist female chooses not to deal with it, guess what? You're going to have to. Because I won't give in to a feminist female. I will never give in to the feminist female. The basic fact is, whatever the feminist female promises and tries to say and all this shit, right? I'm not going to believe one damned iota. Even if they tried to prove it in any way possible. That would be beneficial for and to me. Just so they can benefit themselves. This is an actuality. Like it or not. The feminist female may be upset about what I just said. I don't really give a damn. But yeah, like I said, the Christian Misty and Emily Emerson are obviously delaying the aspect of talking with me. They're delaying on knowing more about the male and the what Christian Misty calls the men's rights movement. When even though MGTOW is not a movement. I've said it before, Christian Misty. MGTOW is not a syndrome. MGTOW is not a movement. MGTOW is a philosophy. Get that straight. The basic fact is that every move that the feminist females try to make, they lose out. Everything that they try to convince us men of, they lose out. Everything that they try to even sneak under the rug, they lose out. So basically, the feminist movement is not beneficial for the female. The feminist movement is hurting the female in more ways than one. That even the same is said about the Me Too movement. Time will tell if and when the feminist females use their fucking brain and their fucking head to realize this and not go by what the feminist movement and the fucking Me Too movement expect from women. Who's to say? This is Logical MGTOW Spock of Logical MGTOW Logical Psychological Talk. Part 6. Part 7 will come eventually. Have a good day. Stay free from feminism. Live long and prosper. And never give in, never give up. Stay strong, confident, self assured, self confident. Build up your finances in the sense of money and your itemizations aspects, right? Your resources, essentially, to where they're more than strong, even for you and your children. But never give, like I said, never give your resources or financial aspects to the fucking feminist bitch, no matter what. Help you and your children benefit way more than the feminist female. If you don't have any children, then you need just help yourself benefit, not the feminist female. Have a good day. Stay strong. Make time for life.